Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 11. It's titled Moonshine and Monthiversaries. It's their 1 month anniversary. All right, first couple, Kirsten and Shaquille. We see Kirsten getting a pedicure with a friend, and Kirsten is telling her friend that she still has her walls up, and Shaquille is being patient. She claims she wants him to talk to her and hold her and give her more attention. She still refuses to kiss him on the mouth. She told her friend that the marriage is up and down, has its up and downs. She said sometimes Shaquille talks to her and sometimes he says he's too tired to talk to her. I'll be too tired to talk to her too because she's a nutcase. She won't kiss him. She won't kiss him on the mouth, and then she has her walls up. So why would he want to talk to her? Why would he even want to be bothered with her? And she always blames him. Every time it's him. It's always him. That's why marriage is not going well. It's because of him. He's not talking to her. He's not paying her attention. He comes home too late. It's always him. She always blames him for the relationship not going well. And she does that because at the end of this, on decision day, that's going to be her reason for saying no. Because she already wants to say no. And then she has the nerve to say that when he doesn't pay her attention, she feels rejected. Well, you can't kiss him on the mouth. That's one of the highest form of rejection you can get. Because you don't want to kiss him on the mouth. So now you know how he feels. Then she said he's upset because she is not physically attracted to him. Then she told her friend that when he comes home, he needs to hug and kiss her and pay her some attention. Well, maybe you should hug and kiss him, Kirsten. Why can't you hug and kiss him when he comes home? Since you're the one that's saying you're not attracted to him. If somebody told me they're not attracted to me, why am I going to try and hug and kiss them? I think Kirsten is in her own little world. She wants this man to shower her with attention after she says that she's not attracted to him and she refuses to kiss him on the mouth. But she wants him to shower her with attention. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what she wants him to do. Next scene, they go roller skating for their 1 month anniversary. And they're the only one in the place. I guess the producers or the show, what show is this on? Lifetime? I guess they bought that evening out so that it could only be them in the rink. So they sit down, after they're done skating, they sit down to dinner. And they're eating and they're talking. And Kristen said she wants them to spend more time together. And Shaquille says he wants to spend more time with her friends and family. That way he can get to know her, because since she's not letting her guard down, if he thinks that if he's around her friends and family, then he'll be able to get to know her better. You know what I think? I think they need to split up and go their separate ways because they're both getting on my nerves. Anyway, he asked her how long is it going to take for her to let down her guard. And she said that she let down her guard every day. She let down, a piece of her guard. And he disagrees with that. And then she says, well, we have a lifetime to get to know each other. He said we have until decision day, is what he told her. Then she tells the camera that she doesn't want to hang around, want Shaquille to hang around her friends and family because all he's thinking about is decision day. She claims she's thinking about more than decision day. Right, Kirsten, please stop it. Like I said, Kirsten is in her own world. How you want to focus on a lifetime with this man and you won't even kiss him in the mouth? So he has to wait a lifetime to get a kiss? Is that how that's going to be? Next, Nicole and Chris. Nicole's father and dog comes over to the apartment for a visit. And I must say, all the dogs get along. Her dogs and Chris' dogs they get along together. So they give the father a tour, and when they get to the bedroom, he sees a doggy bed on the floor, and he asks Chris if that's where he sleeps. I didn't find that funny. I didn't find that funny at all. I didn't think it was cute. I didn't think it was funny. That's probably where he wants Chris to sleep. Anyway, then we find out that the father does not want Chris to call him dad. And I wouldn't want that either. I wouldn't want some girl calling me mom, and we don't know if the thing's going to work. They have until decision day to decide what they're going to do, and the decision day he don't want to live with her. So I wouldn't want him calling me dad either. Chris is a stranger. Why would you want a stranger calling you dad? So the father, his name is Mark. Him and Chris, they go out on the balcony to talk. And Chris is telling him how great of a mom Nicole is to his dogs. And I guess she's a better mom than he's a better dad. She gets up early and she takes care of the dogs while Chris sleeps in. He did tell her that he was lazy. Chris did tell her that he was lazy. And he's proven it, that he is lazy. And Nicole is a doormat. Why are you going to get up early to take care of his dog? Let him get up early to take care of his own dog. You don't have your dog there. And I think Chris will say yes on decision day because he has a dog carer now. He has somebody to take care of his dogs. Then the father that is supposed to love his daughter and support his daughter tells Chris not to change his hours for her. What kind of father is that? If I was the father, I would say, you need to get your lazy butt up and take care of your own dogs. It's just not fair because her dog is not there. His dogs are there all the time, every day, and she's taking care of his dog while he sleeps in. What kind of mess is that? Then the father basically tells Chris not to let Nicole run all over him. What? He's running all over her. I watched this other YouTuber and she thinks that Nicole is controlling. I don't think Nicole is controlling. I think Chris is a manipulator. He bawled his eyes out to keep his dogs and he got his way and now he's not even taking care of his dogs. She has to get up to take care of his dogs. I think Nicole is a doormat and he's walking all over her. But the father said, don't let her walk all over you. He said, if she takes one step forward, you take one step forward. What kind of crap is that for the father to say? That couldn't be my father. My father would either have to shut up or go home. You can't be talking crap like that. Then the father tells the camera that Chris needs big D-I-C-K energy. What? What does that even mean? What does he mean by that? I wish I could ask him. I have no clue what he means by that. What does he want Chris to do? I mean, show his muscles? What does he want Chris to do? I don't understand. Smack her around? What does he want Chris to do? He said Chris needs big D-I-C-K energy. I don't understand what he wants Chris to do. What does that mean? Next scene, Chris takes Nicole on a helicopter ride to celebrate their 1-month anniversary. I wouldn't want to go on a helicopter ride for my 1-month anniversary. That's not romantic. I'd rather go into one of those air balloons. I mean, the helicopter is going. The noise, you got on headphones. You can't hear what each other's saying. You can't talk to each other. What? That's not romantic. I don't want to go on a helicopter ride for my 1st-month anniversary. That is not romantic. No, thank you. Next scene, they are in the apartment watching their wedding video. Nicole criticizes how her hair and makeup looks. Just like how she had criticized that one picture they had picked out to put in the apartment. So they're sitting there watching the video, and after the video, she criticized her hair and makeup again. So Chris says to the camera that it's annoying. Her criticizing herself constantly is annoying. And I want him to say that to her face. That's what I want him to do. Okay, next up, Jasmine and Eris. Eris meets up with his friend Harold. Harold basically asks Eris if they are having sex. And Eris says no. Then Harold said, you got married not to have sex? So of course, Eris tells Harold that he told Jasmine that he's not physically attracted to her. And the whole world already knows this. I don't know where Harold has been. The whole world already knows that he's not sexually attracted to her. So then Eris basically tells Harold that he does not like anything about Jasmine. He said Jasmine is not funny. She doesn't dress fly. He said he doesn't find anything about her attractive. And all I can say about that is wow. Wow. So I want to know, what is so attractive about Aries? What is so attractive about this man? I don't think he's handsome. I don't think he's sexy. I don't think he's cute. I don't think he's funny. He doesn't dress fly. He has no personality because all he does is talk about sex. That's all he talks about. No personality. So what's so attractive about him? What does he bring to the table? The nerve. Next scene, Aries tells Jasmine to he takes her to this place, this rage room place where they break stuff. I wouldn't want to go there. I wouldn't want to go. That's violent. I don't have that much violence in me to take a sledgehammer and start breaking stuff. So while the instructor is talking to them, Aries picks up a plate or something and throws it against the wall. And I thought that was so rude and disrespectful. The lady is talking to him, telling him, what he can do, what he can't do. And he picks up a plate and throws it against the wall. He's basically telling her to shut up and let us get on with what we need to do or whatever. I thought that was so rude and disrespectful. So they start breaking stuff and they look ridiculous. Next scene, they go out to dinner for their 1-month anniversary, and they sit outside at this table with champagne, and they look through their photo album, and they also have their vows framed, and Aries reads his vow, and one part of his vow says he will put forth effort every day. So Jasmine asked him if he has been putting forth effort every day, and he surprised me. He said no. He said no, he hasn't. And he said the reason is because everything's just moving too fast for him. But he wants to try and find something in common with her so they can, move forward or whatever. And then he can start putting in the effort or whatever. Then next we see them, they're at dinner and they're sitting at a dinner table outside again and they're eating. And they talk about how they're feeling. Jasmine wants to move forward and make changes to make the relationship better. She didn't say what type of changes though. She just said make changes. You can't just throw statements out like that and not explain yourself, Jasmine. Anywho, Aries tells her that at the first couple of weeks, he was checked out. Then he tells her he does not want to have sex until after decision day. That doesn't make any sense to me because you're not attracted to her. Just tell her you don't want to have sex. What do you mean after decision day? You think that after decision day you're going to find her attractive? You don't want to have sex with her until after decision day? Just say I don't want to have sex because I'm not attracted to you. I mean, you already been honest with her, telling her straight up you're not attracted to her. So just tell her I don't want to have sex with you. Just tell her after decision day. So then they agree on having intimacy but not having sex until after decision day. In his confessional, Aries basically said that if he have sex with her, she's going to fall more in love with him. That ego on that man, right? She might not like your sex. You might not be good in bed and she might be like, oh, no. How you know you're good in bed? You may be horrible in bed. But I kind of agree with Aries. If he's not attracted to her, he shouldn't have sex with her. Like that other couple, Paige and, what's his name, Eric? He wasn't attracted to her. He told her he wasn't attracted to her, but he was still having sex with her. Then he found out his girlfriend was pregnant with his baby. A whole bunch of mess. Well, Jasmine, all I can say to you is happy 1-month anniversary. You were better off when you were alone. Now you're on national TV getting humiliated. Okay? Okay. Next, Chris, Nicole, Gina, and Clint, they go on a comedy bus tour. The tour guide asks them how long they've all been married. And the tour guide annoyed me because she knows she's on a show, Married at First Sight. They're the only ones on the bus and she has a camera in her face. So quit trying to play with us. I'm pretty sure she knows she's on this show. Alright? So then she's trying to be funny. It's supposed to be a comedy tour. She's trying to be funny. She tells the bus driver that they're all swingers. Then she commenced to teach them, I didn't even want to say this word, but she said it. She's going to teach them redneck words. I find that horrible, inappropriate, and I don't like it. I didn't find that funny one bit, and that's one tour I would not take. And this was just a total shit show. Nicole is sitting on the bus, the tour bus, with this huge hairbrush, brushing her hair, and Chris is drinking, I don't know what he's drinking, but he has a flask, and he's drinking from his flask. Then they go to this brewery. After they get off the bus, they go to this brewery to sample some liquor. Now they're talking. Now that's my speed right there. That's something I would do. And they're drinking liquor. They're sampling the liquor, and the bartender. They found out the bartender is married, and Nicole asked the bartender for advice because he's been married 6 years. So then the couple start talking to each other about changing their last names. And Nicole basically said that she is not changing her last name. And I don't blame her. Chris don't want to live with you after decision day. Why should you change your last name to his last name? But the reason she said she is not changing her last name was because it's too much paperwork. And Chris don't want her to change her last name. Chris said don't change your last name until after decision day. Chris don't want her to change her last name. He don't want that. Next, Gina and Clint. So Gina and Clint are home. Clint has a hangover, I guess, because he went to the brewery. So it's the next day after the brewery, and he looks like he has a hangover. And to celebrate their 1-month anniversary, they go hiking. I wouldn't go hiking. That's not something I would want to do. I don't think that's romantic. No. So they go hiking, and they go to a waterfall. Now, I love a waterfall. I love it, but I don't want to hike to go to a waterfall. Drive me to the waterfall. I'm not hiking to go to a waterfall. But I do love a waterfall. So they're just trying to recreate what they did in Jamaica. In her confessional, Gina said Clint is loyal, compassionate, and he has a strong sense of humor. He does have a sense of humor. And he is adventurous. I don't know about all that. She said she is feeling hopeful and she can definitely see a future with Clint. Lies. All lies. Lies. They don't hug. They don't kiss. They don't hold hands. They don't touch each other. And they sleep in separate bedrooms. That's it. They're not attracted to each other. They don't want to be with each other. They're just doing it for the show. They're just riding it out. That's it. Next, Clint goes out to get food, and Gina decorates the apartment with Jamaican flags and blow-up palm trees. And they're still celebrating their 1-month anniversary with the Jamaican theme, and they're eating, and they're talking, and they're not talking about nothing. They talk about eating oxtails, they talk about eating the dog Hank, and they compliment each other, and that was that. So then next, all of the couples go out to eat. They go out to dinner and they talk about what they did to celebrate their 1-month anniversary. And some scenes, some verbiage was cut out. You can tell because the scenes are choppy. Somebody asks a question and the person don't answer. You can tell the scenes are choppy. But this is what I got out of it. Gina said Clint and Hank are bonding, and then Nicole asked them if they are bonding, and they both said yes. Then Nicole tell them that she didn't have high hopes for them in Jamaica because of the argument about the athletic slender comment. So now Nicole, she's the doormat. She has low self-esteem, and now she's the big mouth. She won't shut her mouth. So then Nicole jumps on Jasmine and Aries, and she wants to know how they're doing. And Jasmine said she's attracted to Aries, and she's going to let him take the lead. If somebody tells you that they're not attracted to you, there's nothing you can do to change that. Absolutely nothing. Okay, Jasmine? You gonna let him take the lead. He doesn't want you. But Big Mouth Nicole, she gives them her speech. She says, you guys get along really well together. And, the attraction will come later. I want her to stop talking. Is she the group leader? What is she? So Aries asked Chris and Nicole if married sex life is different from single sex life. Everything Aries says is about sex. He has no personality. That's all he talks about is sex. But Nicole basically says married sex life and single sex life is different. She didn't say those words, but I think that's what she meant. Whatever she was saying, she was going off at the mouth. She talks too much. Big Mouth Nicole, she strikes again. She basically asked Kirsten and Shaquille what they are doing, and she told them that they should be kissing on the mouth by now. Kirsten rubs Shaquille's head and she says that she likes his bald head now. And then she said they have a little bit of a connection. And then Shaquille agrees with her. Then Gina, of all people, asks Shaquille if he wants to make out with Kirsten. Are you making out with Clint? No. So why are you asking her that? I'll tell you. In his confessional, Shaquille said that he is doing everything to make the marriage work, but Kirsten is not. I agree with him. So Kirsten tells the group that it's taken some time for them to get to know each other. And here comes Big Mouth Nicole. She says, it's been a month. Like, why is it taking so long? It's been a month. And just because in her mind, she thinks her marriage is going so well, she thinks she can criticize the other couple or talk shit to the other couples. Just because in her mind, she thinks her marriage is going well. Okay, so after the dinner, Kirsten and Shaquille, they go back to their apartment. And they sit on the couch, and Shaquille removes Kirsten's shoes. And she tells him that she was stressed out at dinner. And we can see how uncomfortable she gets when she talks about their relationship. So Shaquille tells Kirsten that he didn't like her saying that the intimacy level was low in their relationship. And she tells him that he should ask her how she feels. And then he won't be surprised when she tells the whole world that their intimacy level is low. Then, Kirsten always throws it back at him. He says something and she throws it right back on him to blame him for everything. But Shaquille said, well, why do I have to ask you? Why can't you just tell me how you're feeling? And she said, if she said, if I don't tell you how I'm feeling, then you need to ask me. She is something else. She's always throwing it back at him. It's always his fault. Nothing is ever her fault. So he asked her, how do you feel about our marriage right now? She tells him that their communication is horrible and they need to work on it. And she said their intimacy level is low. How can their intimacy level get any better if she refuses to kiss him on the mouth? She is totally disgusted by the thought of kissing him on the mouth. How can their intimacy level get any higher? And then she has these walls up she don't want to break down. Shaquille told her that in the beginning, he said in the beginning, you barely wanted me to touch you. He said, now everything is on your time. He said, what about me? And Shaquille hit the nail right on the head. Kirsten is in her own world, and it's a world where everything just revolves around her. That's her own little world where everything revolves around her. Then she said, this is not going to help our marriage. She said, this is not going to help our marriage grow. I don't understand what she's talking about. What's not going to help your marriage grow? Shaquille telling you how he feels is not going to help your marriage grow? What, are you supposed to just shut up and let you just do whatever the hell you want to do? So Shaquille tells her that he does not want to be with somebody who has their guard up. And that basically was it. This is the end of my review. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you for watching. Bye.